So let's go to the predictions for chapter 1152 of One Piece. Ready? Well then, don't go anywhere, right after the intro. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and before we dive into the content of this video, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. And well, without further ado, let's get into it. Well, it's time to try and predict what might happen in the next chapter of One Piece, the long-awaited chapter 1152. And my friends, this time the prediction is very difficult, because everything is out of control. I wouldn't rule out Oda shifting the focus somewhere else, maybe to marry Geoise. That's a possibility I won't discard, but I won't be working with it in this video. Here, I'm focusing on the possibility of finally seeing the encounter between Luffy and Imunko. The chapter should focus on more giants being transformed into demons, and on Loki himself finally being freed. The question remains, what exactly will Loki do once he is set free? Will he immediately go help in the fight against Imu, or will he turn against the Straw Hats and the new giant pirates? Well, that would be a good strategy for Oda to delay the monster trio a bit longer down below, and that's very much Oda's style. I'm not ruling this out either, but again, I won't use that scenario in my prediction. I'm just saying it could also happen. Now let's go into what I think will actually happen. 30% of the chapter will likely focus on more giants being transformed. In fact, there's one in particular I'm very curious about. I'm talking about Saul. Yes, I say this because he is a D, and there's a theory that Ds can't be transformed by Imu. Could it be true? I'm really curious to see if Oda will give us this answer. So, like I said, 30% of the chapter will focus on that. The remaining 70% will focus on freeing Loki, and finally heading up to the Kingdom of the Sun. I don't believe we'll see Luffy meeting Imunko at the start or middle of the chapter. That scene should be saved as the cliffhanger at the end. So here's the prediction summary. In the cover story, Yamato, along with Page 1 and Ulti, receives another mission. The chapter starts by showing more giants being turned into demons. We should get some interaction from the Straw Hats who are currently captured. Elbaf is in complete chaos. We should also get a few more lines from Imunko. I hope she says something important for the lore. Maybe Ripley along with Frankie arrive at the scene. Maybe Saul and Ripley end up joining the dark side, unless the Ds really are immune to it. Then we go underground. Hadrudin is still quite hesitant about freeing Loki, but Loki insists that it's necessary. Even Scopper Gavin says that Loki will be necessary in the battle, so finally, Loki will be freed. I'll bet that for now, Loki will go help Luffy, but I wouldn't be surprised if, once released, he attacks Luffy or Hadrudin. If that happens, then Oda will probably focus on a Luffy versus Loki fight from that point on. But if Loki decides to help, then the chapter should end with them going up and finally witnessing the chaos that is Elbaf. Luffy and Imunko lock eyes. We'll definitely have a chapter next week. Well, folks, those are my predictions for chapter 1152 of One Piece, which promises to be insane. I'm betting on a chapter rating of 8 or 9. And what about you? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Remember, the early hints for the chapter should start next Sunday. Then, next Monday, we'll probably have a day full of pre-spoiler hints. The initial official spoilers should drop on Tuesday and Wednesday. Then on Thursday, we should have the scanlations available for reading. This chapter, number 1152, will be officially released on Sunday, the 22nd. If you enjoyed the video, hey, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell. See you next time, and thanks for watching.